Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 21st episode of Professional Talks. Today we have Mrs. Rinku Meena. She had completed her MBA from IIM Ahmedabad and B.Tech from IIT Jodhpur. She had done her internship at the Securities and Exchange Board of India, SEBI, and from University of British Columbia, Canada. Ladies and gentlemen, we will discuss more with Mrs. Rinku. So let's welcome Rinku to our talk show, Professional Talks.
Hi Vikas, how are you?
I'm good, fantastic, ma'am. How are you?
I'm really good, Vikas, and happy to be here.
Okay. And ma'am, this is our 21st episode, and this is really very special for me also because 21 is a lucky number for me also. So
Okay.
on this 21st episode, we had decided to invite you as a guest in our show Professional Talks.
Thank
So
you, thank you for the invitation, Vikas. Looking
yeah,
forward
thank you
to
so much.
that.
Okay. Ma'am, we had seen your journey. You had completed your MBA, you had completed your IIT from IIT Jodhpur, and we had seen your schooling journey also that you had cleared your school from KB Sikar, Kendriya Vidyalaya. So the agenda of this
Yes.
talk show is to cover your journey because your journey is really meaningful. So some of the students who are pursuing right now from in the class 10th and class 12th, they want to hear the journey that how a student can pursue his or her career in the future. Okay, so we will start with a general
Right.
question from the basic interview that what is your hometown and from where you belong.
Sure. So my family is from a small village in Tonk district, Rajasthan,
Okay,
and I completed my schooling in various small towns and partly in cities in Rajasthan and Gujarat,
okay,
and and I want to mention specifically the period between 8th to 12th standard where I lived in Lakshmangarh and we went to same school together, and that's how we got to know each other. And yeah.
so how was your schooling time? Because in I think your parents are from the government job background, right? So, so you had to shift
Right.
from one city to another. So that was really struggle that time, right?
Yes, my father works with railways, and every 2 3 years he get transferred to a different town or city, and that means a lot of changes in schools. And I think I probably went to around 7 different schools in
Okay,
12 years. So
okay,
yes, yes, it did uh, take some time to get adjusted to new places, but I think
okay.
it also gave chance to explore new places, meet so many new people, and get to know a very different kind of background, people from all sorts of background and experiences, from small villages. Family comes from a small village. We grew up in small towns and at times in cities, so I think it sort of helps you connect with people from all sorts of backgrounds.
Really great, ma'am. And ma'am, you had said that your father is from the government job background. So who made you
Yes.
motivated for the MBA or IIT?
Um, I think I always enjoyed studying, and I think school was like the main thing for me. Apart from, I wasn't very social, so there were few things that I was interested apart from studying and reading, and I enjoyed reading books, all sorts of books. So I think till schooling it was like interest, self interest, and then when it came to career decisions, um, I decided to, because I enjoyed maths, I decided to take up maths in 11th 12th, and while exploring the options that were available, it seemed like engineering is obviously when you have 11th mathematics in 11th 12th, engineering and is one of the best options available to you. And I thought it would be a very interesting experience and very enriching experience if I could be part of an institute like IIT. So that was like main motivation to try for it, because it can open, apart from getting a degree from a reputed college, that can open job opportunities. It also give you exposure to a lot of experiences that can be very valuable in your professional and personal journey after college.
Okay. So, so many students had asked this question that for the IIT Indian Institute of Technology, we have to study after 10th or we have to pursue the career after 12th. So, what is the basic difference for the 10th and 12th class students?
Right. So it's been more than 10 years since I appeared for JEE. So I think things have changed a little bit. It was competitive back then, and I think that has just increased even more now. And at the time, the trend was that people would join coaching in 11th standard and 11th, 12th. And then if you need to put in one more year, you will do that. So that was the trend at the time. And I decided to not go for coaching and do self studies. Between 11th, 12th standard, I did, in the summers, I did take some extra classes for physics, because physics was, I needed a little bit extra help with physics. But yeah, I didn't opt for coaching. But I would say that at least from 11th standard, you do need to prepare for it. But I also don't see that from 6th 7th standard, parents putting pressure to prepare for JEE. That's also not a very right approach, because it's a, you don't want to be burned out by the time you actually get into IITs, right? It doesn't stop there. It's just a beginning of a different experience, right? You still have to put in a lot of effort and learn new skills before you could enter into the professional journey, right? So I would
Okay.
say 11th at least, or you can start from 10th, 11th. That would be definitely the right time. After 12th becomes it, it leaves very little window for you, and it puts a lot of pressure. So that would be a little bit late. Yeah.
Okay. So I have seen a practical case also that after selection in the IIT examination, whether 12th standard marks is important or not. Like,
I think for JEE
mhm,
alone, it's not a consideration. Your admission is purely based on the marks you get in JEE. So, unless the rules have changed, I'm not fully versed in that. But for MBA, definitely they take into consideration your marks in 10th grade, 12th grade, your GPA during college, and if you have won any scholarship and all of that, they take all of that into consideration. So, and actually, even in interviews and further, at least in the beginning, at least the few years when you start working, those things can matter and can give you a little bit edge. So you definitely want to make sure to give your best at at each of these critical junctures.
okay, okay. It means the curriculum of the IIT is a little bit changed, I think, from the last 10 years. Okay.
Right.
And
Maybe,
ma'am,
yeah.
yeah, after having selection in the IIT, many students or many professionals are moving for the MBA. So, what is the basic reason of
Right.
from switching from IIT to MBA? Is there any benefit in the job selection?
Right. So there could be like many reasons why people opt for MBA. But the reason for switching between engineering and MBA, those who immediately after graduation opt for MBA, they realize that engineering jobs might not be the right fit for them, or might not give them the opportunity that they are looking for in terms of career growth or in terms of financial aspects. Some people, they choose to work couple of years after graduation, and they might realize that within the business, within the company, they realize that after having MBA, it will open new opportunities for them, or they might see those roles as a better fit for their personal interests and maybe their way of functioning at workplace. So all of those things could be a reason. My personal reason was I did not, as I said, I wanted to get the experience of being an IIT, but I wasn't entirely sold on engineering job. So when
Okay,
I look at the options available to me after graduation, I was exploring to go into to start preparing for civil services as well. And to keep
okay,
my option, I also went for CAT. And because I did got call from IIM Ahmedabad, Bangalore, and Calcutta, so I thought it would probably a better opportunity at this point, and it would open avenues that probably simply civil services might not open for me. So
okay.
I decided to take on that opportunity. So it was a bit of not really like
It was bit
something
of
that I
sudden plan, I think, in
planned.
your case.
Yes, yes, yes. So yeah, it was just taking the opportunities as they came.
Okay, got it. Great, ma'am. And ma'am, we have seen that after selecting from the IITs and IIMs, many of the students are switching from India to global jobs. So, is there any good packages
Right.
in the as comparison to India INC?
If you're talking about engineering, a lot of students either they find a job in Indian market, or they go for masters abroad further study and then find a job, because it could be a bit of challenge to find a job based in India, except for few company do come for placements, and but that's a very small percentage of people. So a lot of people go via the route of higher education and then getting job in the country of their choice. And I would say, even sometime apart from computer science, the packages could be rather on the lower side, at least for the few couple of years. But I would say not to be discouraged by that, because once you gain a certain level of experience and skills, the possibilities are a lot for you, and the growth
Exactly.
opportunities is really there. It really depends on your skill set. And given the current job market, and my I would say even in the future, it's likely to evolve in the direction where you need to keep learning new skills. So if you're willing to learn and learn the relevant skill, I would say there are plenty opportunity both in India and outside. It should be more aligned with where do you want to set up a life, right? Because if you move abroad for job, it just not there's a job aspect of it, but there's also aspect of fitting into a different culture, getting adapted to a new country, being away from your home. So you should like take all those factors into consideration before you make decision. Financially, otherwise, if you are willing to learn the skill set, there are plenty of opportunities definitely for both engineers and MBA grads.
Okay, okay. So, how was your experience when you were in Canada?
Yes. So I went to University of British Columbia after my third year as a part of the internship requirement that happens. And at the time, I mean, I did not think of moving abroad for a job or higher studies per se, but I definitely wanted to explore being in a different country and getting exposed to a different culture. And I would say it was a wonderful experience. And even if some of you who might not be wanting to shift to another country, but if you do get an opportunity like that, it can definitely broaden your horizon. You meet people from around the world, and having conversations with them, getting to know their perspective, getting to know their experience of uh, how their journey has been till that point. All of these things can really give you different perspectives and enrich sort of your experience, I would say.
Okay, okay, ma'am. So, you had global experience also. And I think that global experience helps you or make your resume so sound so that Indian companies can approach you directly by seeing your profile on the LinkedIn and also, right?
Right, right. So I think more than simply being outside, it sort of conveys that you are open to new experiences. You can fit into a new environment. You can deal with wide variety of people, and especially a lot of Indian companies work with clients in US or Europe or even around the world. So it definitely helps that you could be easily that person who can appreciate the nuances of different cultures and the way those interaction happens. So it definitely does help a bit in those scenarios. Yeah.
Okay. So, ma'am, just adding one more question. The question is not the part of the questionnaire, very first. So, many students who are preparing for the IITs, like they had not got any
Right.
chance from the like examination, and they failed the multiple IIT examination, IIT entrance examinations. Then what is the message
Right.
for the students who had failed multiple times for the IIT entrance examinations?
Right. Uh, while I do acknowledge that in our country, being from an IIT or NIT helps you given more opportunities, at least in the beginning. It's really not the end, and it's not the whole story either. And just make sure that whichever institution you do go to, you focus on learning, developing relevant skill, getting to know people in the industry, explore where you would be a really good fit, and keep on developing relevant skill. Those will come far more handy than your degree alone, because yes, till the time you are preparing, it seems like it's the be it and all kind of decision, where if you have made it, you have made it, or if you haven't made it, you haven't. But that's really not the case. It's just one of the paths. It can open certain opportunities for you, but if you didn't get into that, there's still a lot of possibilities. The professional journey is going to be really long. Somewhere you enter when you are in your early 20s, and you're going to retire when you're about 60 or so. So don't worry about it. It's just one of the ways. Just focus on developing relevant skills, experience, and whatever is appropriate for what your professional goals and aspirations. And it definitely, every professional, even when they have easy starts in terms of getting a good degree or experience in the beginning, they too can have challenging experiences on later on because of various other factors. So it's not exactly a very linear straight on journey. So yeah, focus on what you can do and the skills you can develop.
Exactly. In nutshell, we can say failure is not a final step. उसके बाद आप you have to develop the I think skills for the IIT entrance examination, and for the I think there are so many examination other than the IIT entrance examinations like AIEEE or state-based examination for the colleges.
Right. Yeah, all of those. And even if you, even if one of the exam doesn't turn out right, all of the knowledge that you're gaining, if you are putting in the effort, if you are putting in time, you are learning. Especially if you focus on learning the fundamentals right, it actually helps you during in the beginning couple of years of engineering as well. So don't see that as a wasted time or a wasted opportunity. That will come in handy. And yeah, as you said, the failure is definitely not the end of
Final
story.
step.
And
Hmm.
your professional journey is rather long, so you cannot think it about in terms of one single event or one single success or failure. So though both will be part of your journey.
Really motivating. And ma'am, you had covered your journey from school to IIT, IIT to MBA. Then after MBA, you had joined and job also. So what made you motivated during the journey? Like you are studying any motivational books, seen any motivational seminars? What made you motivated in the entire from the from your schooling journey to the journey of your IIT or MBA?
So because as I said, I do enjoy reading books. So a lot of time when I'm trying to deal with this particular aspect, I do first turn towards reading something about it, whether an article related to it or a book related to it. At times, TED Talks can really help. But I think in order to sustain motivation in long term, a clarity on why you are doing what you are doing definitely helps me, because then it just put things in perspective, right? Why am I doing this? Nobody's making me do this. This is my professional journey or my personal journey, and these are the reason because of which I want to do, and those reasons themselves are powerful enough, or those relate to something that I've either personal interest in, or those are important aspect, those are the things that I value in my professional journey or personal life. So I think gaining a clarity on that definitely helps. And of course, whenever you're going through a little bit difficult time, reaching out to your friends and families and discussing your challenge with them can definitely take you out of that bad spot. So I think, yeah, friends and family, keeping them in loop and discussing your challenge with them definitely helps, because um, uh, from a if you read a book or listen to a TED talk, that's a person far away from you. You don't know what they have gone through or not, but your friends and family and you understand their journey, they understand your journey, so they can
Exactly.
definitely help you. Yeah, in bad slumps. Yeah.
Exactly. So, ma'am, thank you so much. You had guided us on many and very important topics also, as far as for the benefit of students also. So, we are really thankful, and we really had excitement that Mrs. Rinku Meena, who had joined us on the 21st episode, and we are really thankful to you for giving your time for this talk show.
I this was real delight, Vikas, and I'm happy to have shared anything that people might find useful, because again, even though I'm here right now, the professional journey is rather long, and I look like other people to keep learning and keep working through your goals, keep working towards your goals. But thank you for giving me this opportunity to talk about these experiences.
Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am. We'll catch you later. Sure.